Welcome to MyLITV. From Manhasset to Montauk, we have traveled our communities to bring you the following events. I'm your host, Waldo Cabrera. MyLITV starts now.
Our camp runs in sessions of 1 week, so every week is a different session with new kids. Today was crustacean exploration, so they were studying all the different aspects of what a crustacean is and the different kinds that we have in our local waters. Okay, crustaceans fall under arthropods, so those are animals with exoskeletons and jointed legs. And then under that you have your arachnids, insects, your horseshoe crabs are their own special group. Basically it's animals that are 10-legged, 2 pairs of antennae. Things like lobsters, crabs, shrimp, barnacles. Inside we did our lesson on crustaceans, so we learned all about our lobsters and different kinds of crabs, different species of shrimp, barnacles, different things that we have living in our local waters that the kids are going to see when they go to the beach. Later on we're going to do seining stations. So the first station they'll take a net and drag it through the water to see what they get. That's what we call seining. And then the other half of the group is going to go crabbing.
Under my fingers you can see that triangle that shows that it's a female, right?
Today was our crustacean exploration, which is always an exciting day. We teach the kids all about different types of crustaceans that we see all the time, like lobsters, shrimp, blue claw crabs, spider crabs, hermit crabs, all sorts of things. And they get to see them and interact with them and learn lots of cool facts about them.
Horseshoe crabs are not poisonous and they cannot hurt you.
Horseshoe crabs is actually a huge common misconception because they are not actually crustaceans. They are called crabs, but they have their own separate family that is really just them, and they're prehistoric animals. And the reason why they're not classified as crustaceans is because they don't have antennae. They have those 10 legs, they have the 2 front claws and the other 8 legs, but they don't have the 2 front antennae. The tail is actually used as a rudder and used to flip them over. They are not venomous, and the tail isn't even really sharp. They can't bite, they can't pinch, they're not strong enough, so really they're harmless, they just look a little scary.
And you saw this in the sand and you just saw this part. Would you think that's an animal without the legs? No, not really, right?
Spider crabs were named spider crabs because they have long, pointy legs that look mainly like a spider. And the reason why spider crabs are so hard to find is because they are actually camouflagers and they are called decorators. This means that a spider crab will pick little plants and little rocks and little animals even, maybe barnacles or something, slipper snails, and will place them on its back and arms and legs. Sometimes they have little pieces of coral, or they'll have algae or other plants or seaweed, and this camouflages them so that when they slide themselves and their legs into the ground, their back just looks like the top of a rock, and they're not easily found by predators. A lot of crustaceans have things called compound eyes, and this is a type of eye where we see one image, they see thousands of images. It's tiny little lenses that are all stacked on top of each other, and we actually found these they look like little telescopes that you can look through that have the kind of idea of a compound eye, and when you look through it you see hundreds of images of the same thing that you're looking at. So we passed them all around and we had the kids look and try to see if they could walk around while having compound eye, and they all thought it was pretty hard, but they think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I see little pebbles on them.
The main reason that we do crustaceans is a lot of people are scared of crabs, but really there are a lot of misconceptions, and these animals are absolutely harmless. A few might pinch your fingers, but none of them bite, and these kids now have a huge appreciation for the wildlife around them, and they'll see crabs and they know how delicate their shells are and how vulnerable they are, so they won't pick them up, they won't step on them. Like when they see horseshoe crabs flipped over, they'll push them back in the water, and that way they can learn to appreciate and respect the wildlife that we have around here.